To telenovela, we know you'll want more.
Not that.
Well, there's a bonus episode now on demand and on the NBC app.
What a well-placed air vent, huh?
And on Monday, January 4th.
You're late. You're on in 30 seconds. How do I look?
There's even more to love on their regular day and time.
You can always tell when a guy likes you because he smiles so big you can see his top and bottom teeth. He likes you.
Yeah.
Telenovela premieres Monday, January 4th after Superstore on NBC. On an all-new Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Claire Danes drops by. NBC Tonight.
Your one news source. This is NewsCenter1.
Good evening, I'm Shad Olson. This is NewsCenter1 at 10. A Black Hills staple must now recover and rebuild after a fire this morning. Lintz Brothers Pizza overtaken by flames in Hermosa. The Hermosa Fire Department receiving that call at about 10:30 this morning. They had to call for mutual aid from Rapid Valley, Whispering Pines, North Haines, Box Elder, Keystone, Hayward, and Rapid City Fire Departments to help battle that fire. With the extra help, crews were able to subdue the flames within the hour.
When the first units got on scene, they said it was there was flames coming from the roof, and they could see the smoke from Rapid City for First Fire Department's out. As you can see, we have to shuttle water from out here because there's no fire hydrants close by. So they're going back to Hermosa, up to by the school where the closest hydrant is, and they'll fill their water tenders, bring the water back.
The fire mainly burned the back end of that building away from the restaurant area. Owner Brian Lintz thanks everyone for their prayers and their support on his Facebook page today, saying that Lintz Brothers will rebuild and will be back and better than ever. A grieving city gathers tonight searching for the strength in the wake of the San Bernardino massacre. The terror investigation continues as that community mourns 14 dead and 21 wounded at the Inland Regional Center for the Disabled. Tonight, there is new information about the couple that carried out that shooting. Saeed Farouk and Tashfeen Malik had been visiting gun ranges before the attack. The FBI believes that the two had been practicing radical Islam for some time. Anxiety and fear over the possibility of future attacks by Islamic extremists is being capitalized on the campaign trail. Donald Trump calling for a total ban on Muslims entering the United States. NBC's Andrea Mitchell reports.
Good evening.
President Obama appealed to Americans not to turn against one another and let the war against ISIS become a war against Islam.
It is our responsibility to reject religious tests on who we admit into this country. It's our responsibility to reject proposals that Muslim Americans should somehow be treated differently.
Less than 24 hours later, the leading Republican candidate did exactly that. Donald Trump issued a statement calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. He says until our country's representatives can figure out what is going on. Not just refugees, but tourists, business visitors, all Muslims. Supporters tonight in South Carolina embraced it.
I've had too many brothers and sisters lost over there in those two wars to just let them come here free range.
Tonight, CARE, a leading American Muslim council advocating better relations, said Donald Trump sounds like the leader of a mob, not like the leader of a great nation like ours. He is doing the work of ISIS. And Jeb Bush tweeted that Donald Trump is unhinged. Just as Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson was at an Islamic center in Northern Virginia, greeting Muslim scout troops and seeking the support of Muslim community leaders against extremists.
We must not force American Muslims to run and hide and retreat to the shadows.
It is a clash of rhetoric and policy in a nation divided. Since San Bernardino, Ted Cruz and Trump have been battling for first place in Iowa with increasingly bombastic rhetoric.
We will carpet bomb them into oblivion. I don't know if sand can glow in the dark, but we're going to find out.
But Trump's latest comments went too far for Cruz.
That is not my policy. I believe the focus should focus on radical Islamic terrorism.
Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton opposes discrimination against Muslims, although her military strategy is somewhat tougher than the president, under whom she served as Secretary of State. Also facing political controversy and even acts of violence, Planned Parenthood advocates gathering over the weekend remembered the 3 people killed and 9 others who were wounded at a clinic in Colorado Springs last month. Planned Parenthood President Cecile Richards says it's time for violence to end against women, doctors, and clinicians who offer abortion services at their health care facilities. Richards reading a letter from the White House which says that we cannot accept the current violence in America as normal.
We are a people who stand up for the rights of women to make their own decisions about their health care. We are a people who stand up for the rights of every single person, no matter who they are, what they look like, where they come from, to choose their own path and make their lives what they will, free from fear or intimidation. That is who we are as Americans, and it's something we will never allow anyone to take away from us, right?
Planned Parenthood has been under fire for some time. That's starting several months ago after controversial videos were released depicting company leaders discussing the sale of fetal body parts. That issue of fetal tissue remaining a roadblock for Congress as they must decide whether or not to stop funding from the clinic. If Congress fails to negotiate a massive spending bill by week's end, we face another government shutdown. Another video causing trouble in Chicago. Today, the Justice Department announcing their investigation into the Chicago Police Department. That city already dealing with protests of a different shooting. Another video released today showing the police killing of 25-year-old Ronald Johnson. This time, charges against police are not being filed. An officer shooting Johnson in the back as he ran from police in October of 2014. 1 week ago, the city releasing dashcam video of an officer shooting a teenager, also from October 2014. That officer does face murder charges. 2 shootings caught on camera, and today Attorney General Loretta Lynch says the Justice Department is looking into whether Chicago's finest engaged in constitutional violations of policing. The state of South Dakota is being hailed as a trailblazer for the nation. A sobriety program well known to people in Rapid City that's aimed at curbing drunken driving that was pioneered in our state has made it onto the federal stage as a provision that's now tucked into the $305 billion transportation bill recently signed into law. The practice offers those accused or convicted of an alcohol-related crime an alternative to jail. The 24/7 provision in the highway law creating an incentive grant totaling about $18 million over 4 years for the states. An independent study released in 2013 found that South Dakota's program cut the rate of repeat driving under the influence arrests at the county level by 12% and domestic violence offenses by 9% in its first 5 years.
We were able to include a number of provisions in there that we think are good for our transportation system in this country, and obviously able to address a lot of South Dakota priorities at the same time. We were also able to keep the 24/7 sobriety program, which is a program that South Dakota has pioneered and which has been very effective in dealing with drunk driving. And so a whole range of issues, I can continue, but that's just an example, gives you a little bit of a flavor for what's in this bill and how it will impact South Dakota and our country.
West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrisey says that South Dakota's very positive results warrant examination for the state. South Dakota is expected to see larger budget increases for the 2016 legislative session. Governor Dennis Dugard says it's thanks to better than expected revenue. He will outline his spending priorities tomorrow during his budget address at the state capitol. Dugard says that he plans to discuss issues including paying off debt and the Blue Ribbon Task Force on education. He will also discuss the state's work with the federal government on a potential Medicaid expansion. And here's a look at today's markets on Wall Street. And on this Monday, led mostly by financials and troubled energy stocks in the wake of OPEC's announcement on Friday that finally settled into the crude oil market as of today. Crude oil dropping by more than $2, down below the 7-year benchmark low that we've seen. Those financials and energy stocks leading the Dow lower today, down 117 points, 17,731. NASDAQ Composite down 40 to 5,102. S&P down 15 to 2,077. And gold is down $5 and a dime to $1,070.10 on this day of trade. A day which will live in infamy will not be forgotten. President Barack Obama calling for flags to be flown at half-staff today in observance of National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. The president issuing a proclamation in recognition of the 74th anniversary of the Japanese attacks that killed American patriots at Pearl Harbor, Oahu, Hawaii. Hundreds of Japanese planes attacking Pearl Harbor, killing 2,403 and wounding over 1,000 civilians on this day back in 1941. In Hawaii, the USS Arizona Memorial commemorates that attack, and the battleship Missouri symbolizes the end of World War II. While the attack happened decades ago, thousands of miles away, Local veterans continue to honor and remember those who so valiantly served.
Pearl Harbor Day is one of those days in American history that, as they said, will live in infamy. That the sacrifices from that particular generation far outgo anything that we've gone today, and we should remember that.
Veterans from all different military branches and ages appreciate and remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice during that horrific attack.
Well, I think Pearl Harbor was the day that everyone looks back to as the start of a very important time of life for the American people. And it was certainly so for a lot of individual soldiers.
Pearl Harbor will forever be remembered in American history as one of the most important and influential disasters ever to take place on American soil. Chief Meteorologist Bob Brigue joining us.
Yes.
True words stated about that, I think.
Yeah,
and,
I think so.
Weather-wise, a beautiful day.
Very nice day. As a matter of fact, we expect a few more of these kinds of days
Yeah.
with temperatures well above normal. Right on through Wednesday. Then we're going to begin to cool down a little bit after Wednesday. We have a little bit of moisture on the radar, as you can see, up in Butte County and Lawrence County. Just a few little sprinkles going on there. None of that's going to reach Rapid City. We expect a rather quiet evening tonight, all in all, but some cooler temperatures are on the way, plus a slight chance for snow later on this week.
All right, we'll get more details coming up in Bob's forecast in just a bit. We're back with more news after the break, right here on News Center 1 at 10.
This is News Center 1 with Shad Olson. Sports with Justin Wickersham. And weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Brigue.
What makes Liberty Superstores a dealership for the people? People with more insight, more options, more respect, more heart. We eagerly serve the frustrated, the hardworking, the people. We believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. And that's what makes us for the people. Liberty Superstores.
If your favorite part of fajitas is the tender USDA Choice Angus steak, then Arby's new steak fajita flatbreads are for you. If your favorite part is the charred, fire-roasted peppers, then Arby's new steak fajita flatbreads are for you too. But if your favorite part is the sizzling hot skillet, sorry, it's too hot. Remember the coffee lady? Arby's, we have the meats.
We are excited to see you at Rapid City's Meadowbrook Golf Course, now offering 2016 season passes at the 2015 rate through December 31st, 2015. The 18-hole championship course winds around beautiful Rapid Creek with picturesque backdrops and pristine landscaping. Meadowbrook is the perfect place for beginners and experts alike. Meadowbrook Golf Course is the clear local favorite. Don't miss out on the savings for your 2016 season passes by December 31st, 2015. Shopping is easy by phone, online, or just stop in to see us.
If you run a business, you know that you have to stay focused. The last thing you need to do is worry about your printers, copiers, and fax machines. Ironically, the last thing on your list is the first thing on ours. At A&B Business Solutions, our managed print services will implement a customized program that reduces your printing costs and improves workflow so you can focus on other things. MPS, just another solution from A&B, the company that helps you solve, simplify, and save.
It's the perfect time to get the gift you've waited for all year. The CR-V with rear-view camera standard. Hurry in to the Happy Honda Day sales event, and you could get a great deal on the best-selling SUV in its class. Now at your Honda dealer.
United Way of the Black Hills serves 55 local organizations, 35 of which are right here in Rapid City. Often we forget how far a dollar can go. It can provide 5 meals to a family in need, and $5 gives hot meals to a homebound senior citizen. United Way serves people in need from children to the elderly. As we near the end of the year, United Way is nearing the end of their campaign, and they still need your help.
Well, the great news is that we've raised $1,700,000 already to date.
but we still have $600,000 to raise by year end. And so if you want to help, please call the United Way at 343-5872.
And again, you can donate online or by calling that number, 343-5872. Volunteers being called to help those in need here and around the world. Kids Against Hunger is loading a shipment of 250,000 meals that are being donated to ministries of the Presentation Sisters who are working in Zambia, Africa. The ministries are part of the work of Presentation Sisters from Ireland, India, England, New Zealand, Zambia, and the United States. Kids Against Hunger says Sister Deb Nelson recently wrote home to say that the country is anticipating a dry year, which means there will not be as much food available. Volunteers are needed to work in an assembly line fashion here in Rapid City to package those nutritious meals of rice, protein-fortified soy, vitamins, and vegetables. The meals will be sent to hungry people right here in the Black Hills, as well as those who are starving around the world. Santa's elves are not the only toy makers busy in the workshop this holiday season. For the 8th year in a row, members of the Rapid City Woodworkers Association have been busy making thousands of toys for children in area programs. Those programs include Youth and Family Services and Head Start. The goal of the association is to promote woodworking, safety, skills, and knowledge of that important craft.
Makes it special for a child to receive a gift. Unfortunately, there are many children who don't receive much at Christmas at all. And so this is one way for them to receive a special gift. And the woodworkers, I think they pour a lot of love into their gifts that they're making, the wooden toys, and then they're able to share them with the kids here. And it's a lot of joy from the kids getting them to the adults who made them, giving them away.
The woodworkers put a lot of love and effort into what they do to make children happy during the holidays. A return to the work week, continuing with warmer temperatures, as Bob has already told us, but that chilly December weather is right around the corner. Bob Riggio brings us our full forecast after the break.
$1. That's all it takes to start enjoying a membership at Planet Fitness. 4 quarters will get you the best equipment in our judgment-free zone. So join Planet Fitness now for just $1 down and $10 a month.
Join Planet Fitness of Rapid City and Rushmore Mall for only $1 down. Sale ends December 9th.
54? 54?
Right here, dude.
Here's your Call of Duty Ultimate Care Package.
Nice package.
Thanks. Oh.
55?
The Ultimate Care Package. A Tex-Mex Bacon Thick Burger and chance to win Call of Duty Black Ops 3 prizes like an epic in-game weapon camo at Hardee's.
Synchrony Financial. Engage with a call center team that makes customers smile. Engage with a job where great benefits are only one of the benefits. Engage with us. We're now hiring for call center positions in Rapid City. Learn more and apply at synchronycareers.com. That's SYNCHRONY careers.com. Or text SYF12 to 90206. Again, text SYF12 to 90206. Engage with us.
Masterforce offers the right performance at the right price with quality hand tools, powerful power tools, and secure storage. No matter what your job is, get the performance you need with Masterforce only from Menards. Right now, choose from a brushless drill or brushless impact driver, each with a 4-amp-hour battery. Your choice, $99 each. And store it all away with this 36-inch tool tower, $399. Plus, give the perfect gift every time with Menards gift cards.
Season's greetings to you all from Menards.
With dual enrollment at WDT, you earn college and high school credit at the same time. And right now, dual enrollment classes are offered at a free or reduced rate and come with free books.
Online classes are great with my schedule and having other activities. I can finish my work on my own time and get ahead.
Save time and money. Choose from over 350 classes, including transferable generals. Log on to wdt.edu to learn more. Get started today. Visit wdt.edu.
$1. That's all it takes to start enjoying a membership at Planet Fitness. 4 quarters will get you the best equipment in our judgment-free zone. So join Planet Fitness now for just $1 down and $10 a month.
Join Planet Fitness of Rapid City and Rushmore Mall for only $1 down. Sale ends December 9th.
This weather brought to you by Black Hills Power.
This is NewsCenter1 Weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Riggio.
Let's start off with the weather almanac. 54 degrees was our high temperature today. That's 16 degrees above normal of 38. But it could be warmer today. Here's the record, 1984, 69. 31, the low temperature, also well above normal. No moisture today, 7:13 sun up, 4:14 the sun will be going down. We have clear skies. No, we have some clouds overhead. 39, we expect to see those clouds. Yeah, our forecast calls for increasing cloudiness tonight, so we are picking up some of those clouds already. Winds, no problem. Winds are calm. Here's some of the high temperatures across the good old USA. 66 Atlanta, 43 in Raleigh, a little bit cool over the mid-Atlantic states over there. Cooler temperatures off to our northeast, 46 Minneapolis, 38 in Chicago. Mile High City, 62, 48 Salt Lake City, 79 down in Phoenix for all of the snowbirds heading in that direction. Satellite radar, a little bit of moisture moving out of the Pacific Northwest across Idaho, up in Montana and Wyoming, and just a few little sprinkles in the northern hills up in Butte County for us. And then those showers over the mid-Atlantic states, they are now pushing off into the Atlantic. Here we go. This is our future satellite. This is for tomorrow, 2 p.m. We have this little low pressure area that's going to be working its way across South Dakota tonight and tomorrow. That's going to increase our winds. We're looking for some gusty winds early tomorrow morning and staying with us probably throughout the day. Gusts of 40 to 45 miles an hour, all associated with that low pressure area. And then on Wednesday, this warm front's going to work its way across the Black Hills, and that will reinforce the mild temperatures we're expecting tomorrow, 51, I believe. And then on Wednesday, we'll see temperatures in the lower 60s, okay? 60s. That will be the warmest day of the 7-day forecast. Then we begin to cool things down, and the reason why I'm saying that, we got to go to the upper levels. So using the upper levels, we're able to get a better feel for these long-range forecasts simply because we don't have any friction up there. We don't have any houses, trees, mountains to worry about. We just have good airflow. And here's the jet stream. You can see it right over the Rapid City area, right over the Black Hills at the present time. And then as we work our way into Wednesday, we stop it. You can see there's a little bulging going on, pushes the jet stream to our north, allows some of those mild temperatures to work their way into the Black Hills. 61, 62 on Wednesday, not bad. But as I said, we're going to cool it down after that. We got this upper level trough coming in, and that will bring in some cooler temperatures for us right on through the weekend. And you can see what it does to the jet stream. It keeps it way down to our south. And of course, that opens the door for the cooler air up in Canada to work its way down into the Black Hills. All right, here's a future satellite radar, a closer look at everything that I just said. Tomorrow, that low will just work its way across. It's going to give us some breezy conditions. We'll have mostly cloudy skies to partly cloudy skies. And then Wednesday, this warm front comes through. We'll have plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the lower 60s. After that, after Wednesday, we'll begin to see some cooler temperatures invade the Black Hills. All right, here's the forecast for the Black Hills. For tomorrow, 48 Spearfish, 44 Custer, 55 down in Pine Ridge. A pair of 50s, Belfouche, Sturgis, 53 Hot Springs, and Interior, 52 degrees. So it's going to be another mild day tomorrow. 38 tonight, we'll see the increasing clouds and a few little sprinkles, primarily over the higher elevations in the northern hills and up in Butte County. And winds are out of the west, 5 to 10, no problem there. Tomorrow, high temperature, 51. It should be another mild day, but those winds, we expect the winds to pick up a little bit out of the northwest, 20, 30, possibly a gust of 40 to 45. And mostly cloudy skies tomorrow, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy. Then tomorrow evening, we'll go with partly cloudy skies, mild, still breezy, but the wind's now shifting to the southwest as that low continues its track further to the east, and maybe we'll see a gust at 20. 7-day forecast. There you have it, folks. 62 on Wednesday, and then we cool it down to 49 on Thursday, 43 on Friday, then high temperatures only in the 30s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, with our overnight low temperatures dropping down below freezing so they can continue to make some much-needed snow up at Terry Peak. ClickBigDeals.com. We save a $75 teeth whitening session for just $29, and if you put pencil to paper, that's about a 61% saving. So if you want to get those teeth whiter than what they are already, grab that coupon.
They'll be as white as Bob's.
Yeah.
Shiny white, those
Those pearly whites. Huh?
Famous forecasting pearly whites.
There you go.
Thank you, Bob. Still to come right here, it's one of the longest-running rivalries in the NFL. This year trapped in one of the worst divisions inside the NFL this year. The Redskins hosting Dallas this evening. We'll get you up to speed on that. Plus, the Rapid City Central girls basketball team set to kick off a brand new season coming up on Thursday. Justin has more on the Cobblers next in NewsCenter1 Sports.
You've certainly put in the effort. You started from scratch and have made something that you want to see last well into the future. Maybe someday you'll call it a legacy, but for now, you've just got to get the bread out, the door open, and the bills paid. Having someone at your side who understands where you've been and where you want to go can make all the difference. Small business success? It's bigger than banking. It's you and I together.
It's the season to save at Granite Buick GMC, your participating Rushmore Buick GMC dealer during the December holiday event. Get bonus cash, 2 years maintenance, and our meet or beat guarantee. Get cash back for up to 20% off the MSRP and additional discounts over $10,000 on select GMC Sierras. And get 15% off the MSRP on new Buick. Don't miss the best offer of the year, up to 20% off your new ride at Granite Buick GMC, your participating Rushmore Buick GMC dealer.
Dear future, life is good. No, great. I'm like a man, only better. But even though I know everything, I still feel like you could surprise me. Like that skateboard incident with the squirrel. But life is sweet now. Hey, what could go wrong? It's you and me all the way, future. Let's get going.
Crispy bacon, Canadian bacon, pepper bacon. That's 3 kinds of bacon times 1 pizza, which equals a bazillion compliments, roughly. Bring home a large Papa Murphy's Bacon Pizza, just $11. Or try it as a fresh pan for just $1 more. Fresh made, fresh baked, fresh craving. Papa Murphy's, love at 425 degrees.
This is NewsCenter1 Sports with Justin Wickersham.
After losing only 2 seniors to graduation, the Rapid City Central girls basketball team hopes to bounce back from a rough 2014-2015 campaign in which they failed to qualify for the state tournament for the 2nd year in a row. The Cobblers returned several core players from a team that finished 11-12 last season and lost to Aberdeen Central in the Region 2 AA championship game. Leading the way this year are guards Carly O'Brien and Madison Sullivan, along with forwards Maya Jones and Abby Johnson. This year's Central team is still young with only 1 senior on the squad, but the lack of senior leadership isn't a concern for head coach Craig Bloom.
I'm very comfortable with the group we have. They've played a lot of basketball over the last 6-7 years, all the way down through middle school, and I've coached them for a long time, so I'm very confident with this group of girls.
Our defense definitely is a lot better. Last year we kind of struggled with it, but our defense this year is definitely a lot better. Our offense is pretty good, so I think those are the key points.
And Central opens the season this Thursday against Rock Springs, Wyoming. Then the Cobblers play Fossil Ridge, Colorado on Friday and Casper Natrona on Saturday. And all 3 games are taking place in Gillette, Wyoming. And now let's take a look at some of the results from the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Lisa Lockhart of Ulrichs placed 3rd tonight in the 5th round of barrel racing. She has now won over $69,000 and leads the world standings with over $231,000 in prize money. Well, moving on to the NFL now, where Washington is 5-1 at home this season, thanks in large part to quarterback Kirk Cousins. Cousins has thrown 10 touchdown passes without an interception at home, and that has Washington sitting atop the NFC East in spite of their 5-6 record. Tonight, Washington played host to the Dallas Cowboys. It was rather a dull game until the 4th quarter. After a Washington turnover, Darren McFadden takes it right up the middle for the 6-yard touchdown, and Dallas goes up 16-9 with 1:14 left in the game. Washington responds, though. Kirk Cousins goes deep to Deshaun Jackson for a 28-yard score, and Washington ties this one up at 16 apiece. But then Dan Bailey, coming up here, nails a 54-yard field goal late in the 4th quarter to give Dallas the win 19-16. Believe it or not, but the Cowboys could still win this division at 4-8. Meanwhile, in college football, Alabama running back Derrick Henry, Clemson quarterback Deshaun Watson, and Stanford's Christian McCaffrey are the finalists for the Heisman Trophy to be awarded Saturday in New York. Henry seems to be the favorite in a Heisman race that tightened over championship weekend. However, quarterbacks have won the award the last 5 years, and no running back has captured it since 2009. Henry ran for 189 yards and a touchdown in Alabama's SEC championship game victory against Florida on Saturday. McCaffrey had 461 all-purpose yards as Stanford beat Southern California in the Pac-12 title game, and Watson had 420 total yards and accounted for 5 touchdowns in Clemson's Atlantic Coast Conference Championship game win against North Carolina. And finally tonight, the Nashville Predators faced one of the hottest teams in the NHL right now, the Boston Bruins. The Bruins strike first in this one, Kevin Miller with the wrister from the slot, and that made it 1-0. Later in the first period now, a 4-on-3 power play for the Predators, and Roman Josi finds the back of the net. Nashville ties this one up at 1 apiece. Then in the third period, with it tied at 2, Victor Arvidsson picks up his 3rd goal of the year, and the Predators win a big one tonight by a final score of 3-2 over Boston. And that's a look at sports. We'll be right back in a moment.
The new Legend Steakhouse at the historic Franklin Hotel.
Having problems fixing your piece of equipment? Come on in. Need some bearings or a custom hydraulic hose? Come on in. Are you in need of a part that's just not made anymore? We can machine one. Come on in. Are you in the market for a pressure washer or parts cleaner? Come on in. Need something welded or fabricated? Come on in. Some people don't really know what we do. If you are one of those people, come on in. Come on in to Adams ISC for all your industrial needs. We are located at 2090 Deadwood Avenue in Rapid City, South Dakota.
We got the new TemperFlex, and it's got the spring and bounce of a traditional mattress.
You sink into it, but you can still move around.
And now that I have a TemperFlex, I can finally get a good night's sleep.
I flop down on the bed, and it's just like, oh, this is perfect.
I can sleep now through the night.
Change your sleep. Change your life. Change to Tempur-Pedic.
Better tomorrows start tonight at Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer. Come in and get fitted for your new Tempur-Pedic today.
We are excited to see you at Rapid City's Meadowbrook Golf Course, now offering 2016 season passes at the 2015 rate through December 31st, 2015. The 18-hole championship course winds around beautiful Rapid Creek with picturesque backdrops and pristine landscaping. Meadowbrook is the perfect place for beginners and experts alike. Meadowbrook Golf Course is the clear local favorite. Don't miss out on the savings for your 2016 season passes by December 31st, 2015. Shopping is easy by phone, online, or just stop in to see us.
So, at the risk of being even more boring than this year's Heisman class, we were kind of talking off camera. This is kind of an unheralded year in terms of people that are up for one of the most prestigious awards in sports. Kind of strange to think about.
Yeah, no one really stood out, but I guess Henry from Alabama is kind of the favorite. But yeah, no one really jumped out there and you kind of figured was going to win it. So
it's kind of an interesting thing. So by default, whoever's playing running back at the University of Alabama is going to be in the class. It tells you kind of how low the quarterback class is for this year too.
It really is. It really is.
We're talking about a running back instead of a QB. But Bob's forecast is a standout in any field.
Real quick, it's going to be quick. There it is. Warmer temperatures the next couple of days, then we cool off by the weekend.
That'll do it for us here. Have a great night.
It's the perfect time to get the gift you've waited for all year, the CR-V with rear-view camera standard. Hurry in to the Happy Honda Day sales event, and you can get a great deal on the best-selling SUV in its class, now at your Honda dealer.
The Yamaha Viking and Viking 6. The hardest working, most off-road capable side-by-sides in America. Built for the hardest working people on Earth, you.
Black Hills Power Sports on I-90 Service Road between exits 60 and 61 in Rapid City.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Black Hills Insurance Agency is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Escape to Roma's Restaurante in Spearfish and enjoy the beauty of the northern hills. Chef Lee is back in the kitchen cooking something for everyone. With daily features for lunch and dinner, come experience the recent menu change at Roma's in Spearfish or reserve the private room for your next event. Transport yourself to Italy in the casual fine cuisine, steaks, and seafood found only at Roma's.